Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Chris Tito.
And I'm Haley Hines. It is a troubling trend among young Americans. Doctors say they are treating more patients in their 20s and 30s for cancer. And we're talking colorectal, testicular, and breast cancers. One of those young patients spoke with Fox 13's Jordan Bowen today. Jordan, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer when he was 27, and his story is not uncommon.
Yeah, Haley, just 11 months ago, Phil Heinrich was perfectly healthy. He was running 10 miles a day and building his career in software sales, but all that changed in an instant when he got a diagnosis that had him fighting for his life.
I personally had never experienced something that just like upended my life in literally an hour.
Phil Heinrich was just 27 when last April he felt subtle pain in his groin area.
It was nothing I really took much note of, put much stock into. And then it would get a little bit more frequent. It would hurt a little bit more. And then like finally after like a month, I was like, all right, let's go check this out.
When he got to urgent care, they sent him straight to the ER where an ultrasound showed he had masses all over his body.
You've got stuff in your abdomen. You've got 60, 70 spots on your lungs. And obviously in your testicle as well.
Within hours, he underwent emergency surgery.
24 hours basically have passed from the time that I was like, all right, let's go to urgent care and figure out what's up, to testicle removed, like you have cancer everywhere.
For the next several months, he underwent 4 rounds of chemo with his sister Julia by his side, who he calls his angel, always bringing interesting hats to pass the time. Then several months later came a major 9-hour abdominal surgery.
So they cut out 19 lymph nodes, 2 tumors.
2 softball-sized tumors on his abdomen. Doctors gave him a 50% chance.
That was probably the lowest moment, like sitting there with my mom in that room and hearing him be like, yeah, you got about 50%. But at the same time, like, you know, there's only one option. Like, just gotta do the treatment and trust the doctors.
Which is exactly what he did. He learned last week his most recent scan showed the cancer removed, hadn't come back or spread.
It's indescribable. Like, it's just crazy waiting for texts where you're like, hope I don't die again, you know. So getting the text from your doctor saying, hey, we're still good, I just bought myself another 3 months.
His message to young people: don't wait.
I know for a fact that if I went in earlier, it would have been better.
And for people to take action the instant they feel something is slightly off.
Any shame or embarrassment or whatever feelings you're having about going to see a doctor, it's a fraction of the feelings that you're going to have when someone tells you you have cancer all over your body. So just go to the doctor.
And Heinrich's cancer is currently in remission. He goes in every 3.
And me and Bugs was just talking about this.
I was just saying that because I was like, okay, I'm 40 now. I got all my medicals in order. Let me go get all the shit I'm supposed to do at this age now. You know what I mean? Come on. And I'm like, and not that I'm dreading it. It's just, I haven't scheduled it yet because I'm trying to schedule that shit because I'm, you know what I mean? I'm even before watching this clip, you know me, I live every day. We running, man. And what you running from, bro? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's just always been my mindset. You know what I mean? And like, then when it comes to things like, like cancer, man, unfortunately, we lost a lot of loved ones to that. You know what I mean? That's
facts.
This story in particular, man, to have a 50% chance, and like, man, that thing was all over his body, bro. And man, he got a new lease on life for sure. You know what I mean? And him sharing his story, shout out to him, because you know what I mean, that him being young, like saying like, listen, man, it's happening more and more, and doctors don't know why. And I have a theory. Why the cancer could be, you think it could be killing on vaccines, maybe, you know what I mean?
100%. You know what I mean? And
never know.
Like how you just said, you just made it to the club, the 4-0 club, right? And I mean, we've been talking about this. This young bull was 27, I think he said, or they said he was going through this shit. You know what I mean? 100%. So it can happen at any time, you know what I mean? And, like how you just said, we all got stories of cancer taking it or being or having cancer survivors that we know or in our family. You know what I mean? 100%. So, you know, it's just fucked up. And one of the main things that I got out of this, because like I got that same zipper. I can lift up my shirt, and when bruh showed his zipper, I got the zipper, but I'm not a cancer survivor. I had a major accident 20 years ago. It'd be 20 years to the date this month, 100%. And I got that same zipper. You know what I mean? But one of the main things that I took from what little bruh just said is he waited till a month later. He started feeling some pain, and then a month later is when he started going in. And he said at the end of the video, like, bruh, once you feel it, man, get your motherfucking ass in there and go see, whether you're embarrassed or not, man. Just take your ass and just go into the hospital and go see, bro. 100%. And that's like the main thing that we have to take is when you start feeling some weird shit in your body and it's not been there before or it has been there before. Man, come on now. We got to get up off our ass and get into that doctor. Yeah. Me, I hate the doctor, bro, because I hate to get poked on. When I get poked on, you know, needles and shit, I pass out, bro. 100%. I've been like that ever since a kid. I hate blood. I can't stand to see blood. Like the when we did Slim shit and y'all was talking about something, nigga, I almost passed out. I'm telling y'all, stop talking about it. Stop talking, because I'm finna pass out just by talking about it, bro. That shit, you know what I mean? And I got to, you know, because I've been in the club for the last 4 years, you know what I mean, at the 40 club. And it's time to really start making sure you up on your shit. 100%, bro. Facts.
Yeah, and I'll leave it off on this for this one. They say ignorance is bliss. That's some ignorant ass shit to say. You know what I mean?
What's that?
You know what I'm saying?
What's ignorant?
Oh, ignorance is bliss. That's some ignorant ass shit to say. You know what I mean? Like, right. You got to be knowing. Like, you know what I mean? Go get checked. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this now because, like, when I switched counties, when I moved over here almost 2 years ago, when I switched counties, I thought, you know, I didn't know I had to do all the whole woo-wop, switch that from that county to this one. So then my shit didn't, you know, it expired, and I had to go through the whole process of getting back in and that shit. So now that I'm, you know, that was when I was still 39. It took me like 4 months to figure all that shit out. Bro. I was like, fuck, come on, I'm already in this system. Just fucking switch me over. But yeah, but we got it straight now. That's what I was telling you the other day. I was like, yeah, got my card in the mail. I'm like, yeah, I can go to fucking Kaiser and go fucking just get a, you know what I mean? Get a everything checkup.
Come on now, them is facts.
40.
100%. Prime said it's the shit that we put in our bodies as well. 100%, bro.
Man, you ain't lying. And I'm from the generation of spam and corned beef, bro. So I'm all fucked up.
100%.
You know what I mean? Motherfuckers eating the Vienna sausage, bro. You know what Vienna sausage is?
Yeah, my dad used to eat that shit. My dad used to eat them and them. Well, he didn't eat them together, but he also used to motherfucking eat the canned sardines with some crackers.
There you go. I used to bust the canned sardines with some rice.
Yeah, them is hood meals. Oh my god, bro. You got the little canned oysters. Oh my man. Come on now. You know,
it was a simpler time.
If you motherfuckers really don't know, I'm really from the trenches, bro, 100%. But yeah, you know,
shout out to Oak Park.
Oh, come on now, 100%. I love
Oak Park versus the world.
My community is what raised me, 100%, man. On my mama, man. Hey, but yeah, though, man, we definitely gotta just, you know, do, especially as we getting older, you know, because we got a lot of people that love us for sure, you know what I mean, and we gotta be there for them. And if we can, like with colon cancer. See, my grandfather died of pancreatic cancer, which is, you know, I think somewhere in your stomach and shit like that. But colon cancer,
pancreas.
Oh, everything. There it is. There. So colon cancer.
That one's like almost 100% fatal. That one's one of those ones where it's like, dang, if you get that one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, facts. So my grandfather passed away from it, and his mom, my great grandmother, passed away from cancer, 100%. But like the thing with colon cancer in men is like, man, we can go, you know, as long as we stay up on it every 5 years, you know what I mean? You know, we could, you know, we can help lessen the chance of getting colon cancer 100%. Because I just, you know, I know it's TMI, but I just had a colonoscopy. I had a colonoscopy.
Yeah, I gotta go do that shit too, bro. That's what my girl was saying. And my girl, she the type, she'll just spook the fucking man. He's like, oh, you're 40 now, you better go get your colonoscopy.
100%.
I'm like, hold on, I just woke up. I'm like, that's the first thing you're gonna tell me? Not happy birthday. Like, you know, you're 40 now.
That's because she wants your motherfucking ass around.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
You know how mad it should be at me if I'm not around?
Oh, my mama, man. So
man,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
I know
2 Chainz said it best. 2 Chainz was like, he was like, you know, He was like, it's about getting home. He's like, that's how he feels about life because he travels a lot, right? So he's like, he's like, you might leave somewhere and be like, shit, did I lock that window or did I leave the stove on or something like, But as long as I get home, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a metaphor. Like, listen, I just got to be around. You know what I mean? No matter where I go or what I do, you got to be around somehow, some way. And for us, because we're fathers, so it's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's and or even for this kid, who was a young kid, didn't have no kids yet, you know what I mean? But he still got has a chance to do all that, you know what I mean? Like, and he's young because he caught it young, you know what I mean?
Right.
Man, one of the rallies right now, you know what I'm saying? Praise up to one of the rallies. He got the stage 4 colon woo wop right now, and it's not looking too good. You know what I mean? I'm praying. This he's like he's like a father-in-law to me. You know what I mean? Type of shit. You know what I mean? That he's that type of rally. You know what I mean?
Oh, my mama, bro.
So like, you know what I mean? It's a thing in life, bro. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, and you could tie. I mean, we can go down several rabbit holes and go back like 60 years when cancers weren't so common, but then within that 60 years with the type of foods, like my man Prime said, and the way things are processed, and what I mean, even just like a life expectancy just overall is shortened, significantly from that time, from 60 years ago. And you know what I mean?
Facts. And Prime said it again, like,
how about this? Because I grew up this is my theory. I grew up a McDonald's fucking Spam and corned beef, sardines in the can, Vienna sausage eating motherfucker when I was a kid. You know what I mean? McDonald's and even KFC with all the antibiotic chicken. Who the fuck knows, right? Because that was like growing up. Taco Bell, all the fuck shit. Then my kids, me and my girls' kids, all have all the allergies in the world. It's crazy. Like, I always thought, like, I wonder what it's because maybe we were like shitty vessels that produced them. You know what I mean? Like, to begin with.
Not necessarily, because I have.
I'm just saying.
I'm finna tell you.
So consciously eating clean to like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
I got 2 little cousins and they baby cousins, right? And when the mom, the brother and sister have they have 2 different dads, 100%. And like my daddy, we all got different moms, me and my sister. But I'm saying this to say this. My cousin, the mom, she don't got sickle cell, right? But the 2 fathers that she had the kids with, somehow, some way, I guess both of the mom and the dad had the trait. So the babies got
snap. Okay.
You know what I mean? And my cousin, she Mexican and black. You know what I mean? But like Latinos get sickle cell. It ain't black.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much. You know what I mean? So
it's pretty much.
It could just be, it just be random shit, just like how you said.
The only race I've ever heard not having it is Caucasians.
Right.
I'm like, it's definitely super common, or not common, but higher percentage in the African American community.
Because we got the melanin. It got the melanin on my mama, but also like how you said just about, food allergies or something like that. You know what I mean? I might not have or be allergic to no peanuts or no shellfish like that, but my daughter might get it or her baby might get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you talking about, it could be like traits and stuff like that. I mean, because that is how it is though. You get a motherfucker with some blue eyes, and then the bitch, she got some brown eyes, and then, you know what I'm saying, when they produce a kid, the dominant gene's gonna fucking be the color eyes of the kid. You know what I mean? Or you might have little woo-wah remixes and come out hazel to the motherfucker or some shit. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, for the most part. So I get what you say when she happened to have babies with 2 different dudes, but they both carried the trait. And then when you carry the trait, that's all you need to match it, I guess. You know what I mean?
And none of her
brothers. I am a doctor, actually.
Come on now. And then none of her brothers or sisters got it. 100%. The mama, my cousin, may my cousin rest in peace. I love you, Anna. She don't got it. My uncle, her daddy, he don't got it. You know what I mean? Nobody else in the family got that. You know what I mean? But it's just, on my mama. But Prime said also processed sugar is the biggest culprit. You know what I mean? Fucking with that Kool-Aid. What else you put sugar in when you're baking? What else you put sugar in?
I mean, shit.
Types of shit.
I
man.
mean, shit, sugars and everything. Even like, okay, get some processed sugar, right? That's what he said. Shit, everything, bro. Syrup, motherfucking, all the cereals. Think about it, we was eating all kind of shit when we was kids, huh? All the cereals, all the
Gatorade, all the energy. The sports drinks, the energy drinks, the sodas, the juice.
Hey, you remember All Sport?
All Sport? Oh yeah, hell yeah! All Sport was around when I was in high school.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever happened to All Sport? It was kind of like it was like a little carbonated-ish.
Oh my mom, that motherfucker was.
Powerade's always my shit till this day.
Oh, everything.
I do the Powerade, the blue. That's my go-to.
Yeah, one of the blue flavors, Gatorade, Powerade, that shit go crazy, yo.
Right? Yeah, and I'm not mad at the blue Gatorade either.
And like how Ear to the Streets be on the Pedialyte. The Pedialyte is fired in a motherfucking too. I fuck with the Pedialyte.
Yeah, I'm not Pedialyte. And you know what? Shout out to my man. The Hungarian killer Attila. It was just his birthday the other day, actually.
Happy birthday, bro.
But we used to live together, and said every morning after drinking, he goes straight to the Pedialyte, just pounding that little wild. I'm like, because for me, I always thought, like, oh, that's only for kids. But that's the best way to get them electrolytes and all that shit in you real quick, though. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the Pedialyte commercial?
Which one?
It just says they lead it off. Oh, I thought this was just for kids. And
then
see,
I told you. I'm not the only one. Look at
that. Facts. Clock said my dad loved the canned oysters and the sardines. On my mama, bro. That shit.
Sodium than the motherfucker. Give it to me. Eat it with some white rice just to balance it.
Oh, my mama.
The canned oysters, though, that's different. That's a different type of gangster.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, that's what they made.
I might draw the line on the canned oysters. I mean, because also real oysters are the shit.
Come on now. Oh, everything.
Clark grew up on an island for real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he grew. It's a remote island. Not remote. It's an island right off. Remote sounds like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's off of the Washington coast. I didn't even know this.
Okay. Oh, he got the freshest of the freshest seafood.
Mm-hmm. So maybe his canned oysters is different. That's why I'm bringing that up.